It's beautiful outside. You know what that means? It's a great day for hockey here at Callan Ice Sports. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Logan Kapp. We are here today at Callan for your Lewis Flyers to see them take on the visiting Denison Big Red. We are in for a treat here tonight. Last week, the Lewis Flyers took on SIUE on the road. They ended up winning the second game of that series last Sunday by a final score of 3-2 in overtime. So we'll see if they can carry some of that momentum here today against Denison. Now, Denison, however, has a little bit of a tougher matchup here today. They just checked into their hotel. They had a long day of travel, came all the way from Granville, Ohio. So they had a long day of travel, as I said, today. Went and checked into the hotel, then came straight here, and they're warming up live right now. So we'll see how that affects their game today. Normally we see a Friday-Saturday series here at Callan. Today we've got a Saturday-Sunday series. Again, we're throwing all sorts of different things in the mix today, so we'll see how all of that comes into effect for the Lewis Flyers and the Denison Big Red today. The first thing we can do, though, right here on Lewis University Television Network is take a look at some of the keys to the game that we have for the Lewis Flyers. These will be instrumental for the Flyers to achieve success against Denison here today at Callan Ice Sports. First thing, they've got to build off this hometown crowd. We've got a packed house here at Callan for the Lewis Flyers. Last week they were on the road. They didn't have this hometown energy. They want to keep that energy level high throughout the game. They want to use some of this momentum that they're feeling from the crowd here at Callan and put that into their game here today. Second thing, they got to start early and score first. The Flyers this season have done excellently starting off early. They've kind of been able to trail off a little bit towards the second half of the game, but it's important for them today against Denison to start early, start hard, and score first. Denison is a strong team. You can't let them get off the rip first. And third and probably most important thing, I've been preaching it all season long here at Callan, the Flyers have to stay out of the penalty box. It's very, very important for the Flyers to play 5-on-5 hockey as much as possible. Like I said, Denison is a super strong team, and it's going to be imperative that the Flyers are able to play with them, play 5-on-5 hockey, and play even throughout the entire game here today. We also can take a look at a player of the game for the Lewis Flyers. That would be number 24, Jake Wilninski. He's the player to watch for the Flyers. You can see him right there live during warm-up. He was the guy last week who won the game in that second game against SIUE. He won it in overtime, scoring that third goal, bringing them to the victory. And so we're going to see if he's able to carry some of that momentum from that game last week into his game today, get his team fired up, ready to go, like I said, right off the start. It's important for all of them to continue to do that here tonight. Denison, on the other hand, will, like I said, have a little bit of a tougher time. They've had a long day of travel here today. It's been very, hard for them to keep it going. They're going to see if they can find that energy early. It'll be interesting to see if they'll be able to do that. Player to watch for Denison, however, is number 4, Oliver Jeannot. Now, Oliver is a defenseman for the Big Red. He's from Heinsberg, Vermont, and is part of their senior class. So Jeannot will be representing the Big Red wearing jersey number 4. He is their captain here today. You've got a live look at him right there during warm-ups. Again, that's live happening right now at Callan Ice Sports. Oliver is their captain, and he is the captain is someone that the team looked to be a leader. They'll see if Oliver's able to do that for the Big Red here today, if they're able to kind of look to him to see what kind of energy he's bringing and see if he can fire up the rest of his team after this long travel day that they've had here today. So we have quite the matchup here at Callan today. Both teams continue to warm up live here at Callan. In a couple minutes, we have starting lineups happening. We have all sorts of other stuff. We've got national anthem happening as well. So be sure to stay with us. You're watching Flyers hockey right here on the Lewis University Television Network. Cap with the call today. Flying solo here tonight as the Lewis Flyers are taking on the visiting Denison Big Red. We've already got puck drops underway. We just have the starting lineups that I just ran all the way upstairs. Got a big shot, big save by Fisher right off the bat. He scrambles for it, and we have a whistle. Fisher tested early here. Not even a minute into this hockey game, he's already making some grade A saves. Love to see that. Mike Fisher picking up right where he left off at Camden Ice Sports. Last week was against the DePaul Blue Demons. So it's good to see that he's picking up right where he left off. As there's that face-off to his right side is won by the Big Red. Kresge tried a shot. It's blocked out in front. Kramer's able to backhand that one all the way down the ice. Will it go far enough for icing? Yes, it will. And we will see a face-off in the Lewis Flyers end of the ice. If you missed the open, The Lewis Flyers coming off a big win last weekend against SIUE last Sunday, as number 24, Jake Wilninski, won that game for the Flyers in overtime. So we'll see if Wilninski's able to carry some of that momentum over into the game here today, as Denison wins that one, goes down behind the net. Kaplan turns, tries a centering pass. That's blocked out in front. Another shot is turned aside by Fisher, as the Denison Big Red send it behind the net. It's almost sticked out there by Selman, but that's kept in on the point by Kaplan. Flyers now down below the net. Selman tried a reverse hit, but eventually the Big Red gets it, tries a shot, big right pad save there from Mike Fisher. And here comes Matt Morrow out of the zone. Morrow with speed into the Big Red end, leaves it for Selman. Selman tries to wind up, can't quite find it. Shot from Ligas on the near side is turned aside by Svensson. John Svensson in that for the Denison Big Red, along with Mike Fisher is in that for your Lewis Flyers. That puck is batted all the way into the Lewis Flyers end of the ice. They try a quick pass up to Morrow, but that was just out of his reach. But he was able to get a stick on it to avoid the icing call. Here's Salerno behind the net, sends it up the far side. Denison goes rink wide on the near side to Humphreys, who skates it into the Flyers zone. Humphreys looks for something to do. Tries a centering pass, but can't quite find Podesta and out in front, and that puck makes its way back up to the point. Here's Scotty Ernsting now with speed, wheels around his own net, and he will take it out of the zone and into the Big Red end of the ice. Ernsting winds up, tries a shot, and that's right into the glove of John Svensson, and he will hold on. 17 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in this first period. We're all tied up, 0 goals aside. John Svensson, wearing the C on his chest, is a noted locker room leader, so we'll see what kind of leading he can do for his team here today, as the faceoff to his right side is won by the Flyers. They couldn't quite keep it in on the point, and so they will have to turn around. Here's McDonald. Leaves it for Reedy, who eventually leaves it for Ernsting. He comes in near side with some speed. Here's Scotty Ernsting down below. The net is pressured by Whalen of Denison, and eventually the Big Red turn it over and flip it out. It's caught by Morefoot on the center red line, who will send it right back into Denison's end of the ice. Flyers making a line change here early. Love to see that they're playing a little bit in Denison's end of the ice. That's kept in on the point there by Alex Arkilla, but it doesn't matter very much, though, as Denison sends it back to the Flyers end of the ice. High off the glass, comes back to a fresh Oliver Janou. He's the player to watch for the Denison Big Red today. If you heard the open or got a chance to see it, I talked a little bit about him and his leading capabilities, one of the captains for the Big Red, and we'll see what he can get done as Denison has iced the puck. You may notice a specific lack of a certain striped sweater on the ice today. We have 2 officials. There was a little bit of confusion with the referee situation for the game here today, so we will be going using the 2-man officiating system, 2-person officiating. So we'll see if that has any sort of effect on the game today, as it looks like we're having a little bit of confusion with some line changes for the Lewis Flyers. But eventually that gets sorted out, and Morrow tried to win that forward shot from Ligas, is turned aside by Svensson. Denison now on the near side hash marks. They battle for it along with a couple Lewis Flyers players. It looks like Dwayne is in there for the Denison Big Red. The big pileup is eventually found by Morrow. He tries a shot. That's blocked aside by Svensson. Wraparound attempt. Couldn't quite find the back of the net. Another shot is just wide of the net by Braden Robertson, as Lewis keeps it in. It's a couple high-quality scoring opportunities for Lewis Flyers here, as Ligas battles for it hard. It's checked right in the numbers. No call in the play, so we play on. Here's Janou now, takes it back behind his own net. Tries to slow it down a little bit. Some high-pressure offense from the Lewis Flyers. They try a long stretch pass. That can't quite find number 17, Thomas Wraith, and that will hop right over his stick just to Mike Fisher, and he will hold on. That was kind of a scary situation there. Somehow Wraith was able to get in behind the defense of the Lewis Flyers and would have been in all the way had he been able to settle that puck down, but couldn't quite do so. So we will see a face-off to the left-hand side of Mike Fisher. That's won by Denison. Far side, try a long cross-ice pass. It finds the Denison player, that is Kresge, and he still has it. He sends it back up to the point, which is kept in and sent down. Couldn't quite be gloved down there from Scotty Ernsting. A nice dangle move there from Tyler Kramer. And he will eventually turn the puck over to the near side. Here's Kresge. He's got it down low. He leaves it for Wraith, who has it, battles with a couple Flyers players, turns it over. Wraith couldn't quite find it back, and eventually Logan Pickens will try and stick it out. It's almost stick down there by Wraith, but eventually Denison will send it back in. Here's a very dangerous pass from Tyler Kramer. Turns it over right in front of the net. They try a centering attempt, but can't quite get a stick on it. So the Flyers will send it behind their own net. Kept in on the point there by Kresge. A big shot is paddled aside there from Mike Fisher, as a couple members of each team has battled for it to the near side corner. Here's Denison. They can't quite find a stick on it, and Kramer's forced to lift that one out. Some pressure from the Denison Big Red right here as Salerno takes it, sends it in on the far side. They try a shot that's on the ice just wide of the net. Hawkinson can't quite stick around Whalen of the Big Red as the Flyers continue to battle for it. Denison goes rink wide up to the far side to Salerno. He's got it down by the hash marks, walks down low, tries a centering pass, and he can't quite find the net. And the Big Red receiving possession. Another shot is just high of the net. Can't quite tell if Mike Fisher got a piece of that one. But Denison retains possession. Here's Wolninski. He forces it around the near side corner. As Denison puts it up to the point. Here's Salerno. He tries a shot. Mike Fisher couldn't even see that one, but luckily it was just wide of the net. Battle for on the near side hash marks. A big pile up there, traffic jam by a couple players from each team. And here's Wolninski. He sends it behind his own net over to Kramer, who tries to lift it out. It's gloved down just about by Whalen. Whalen finds it, goes cross ice, and that was an excellent stick there from Tyler Kramer, who breaks up that centering pass. Kramer again tries to hit Hawkinson on the near side. Hawkinson leaves it for Kramer. Kramer with speed out into the neutral zone, brings it into Denison's zone. Tyler Kramer's got it on the far side, tries a centering pass, but can't quite find Brian Gutt on that one. Here's Matt Morrow with speed around the Denison goal. Sends it up to the point to Petrovic, who tries a shot. That one's blocked out in front, and Kaplan is able to get that one out. Flyers now. Michael Ligas has it. Leaves it for Petrovic, who sends it back to Ligas in his own zone. He's got a hard forechecking Podesta on him, as Ligas forces that one into Denison's zone. Lempia now behind his own net. Looks for some options, sends it rink wide off the boards, tries a very fancy stretch pass. Here comes Denison in the zone. They try a shot and miss the net. Here's Lempia now. He keeps that one in, sends it down low. Denison tries a centering pass. Collision there from Silman, and it looks like Podesta. No call in the play, so we play on. Here's Matt Morrow battling with three Denison players, and that puck is sticked out by Petrovic. Can't quite find Ligas, as the Denison Big Red bring it back the other way. Jeannot couldn't quite find it, so he has to vacate the offensive zone. Denison can't quite send that one in. We've got a line change happening with the puck right there. Got to be careful not to touch it with too many men on the ice, as the Lewis Flyers retain possession of their own zone. Here's Reedy. Jack Reedy sends it into Denison's end with speed. It's received by Kresge behind the net, and Denison will start their breakout. Here they come up the near side. They try a rink-wide pass. Doesn't find anyone, though, except for Josh McDonald. McDonald will wheel around his own net, tries to send it up to Reedy, just out of his reach, and that will go all the way down for a icing call. 12:07 left to go here in period number one. We're all tied up at 0 goals aside. Some back and forth action to start off this game here today. Lewis Flyers controlling it early, but in the past couple minutes it's all been the Denison Big Red, as the Flyers look to turn things around as we approach the halfway point in this first period. As I said in the open, it's important, it's imperative actually for the Flyers to score first, bring that energy early, as they've done such a good job of doing this season thus far. Every time we've seen them at McAllen Ice Sports, they've started off strong. As Ernsting brings it back, can't quite walk the defenseman as McDonald tries a shot, and that's paddled aside by Svensson. Near side corner now. Denison sends it up the boards around Jack Reedy, and they will send it up. Excellent stick there from Chet Daker. Prevents a scoring opportunity on that one as Jack Reedy tries to send it out, but that's stick down there by Thomas Wraith. Wraith has it, leaves it behind his own net there. Can't quite see who that is, but Denison sets it up on the breakout. That was Cherish, as the Denison Big Red turn it over. Excellent forecheck there from Brian Gutt, and the puck, we have a celebration happening, and that's a good goal. Lewis Flyers have possibly just opened no goal on the play now. Don't know what's going to happen. We're going to have a little bit of a discussion here between the referees before we start making assumptions. It appeared to me, and it appeared to some of the members of the Lewis Flyers, that a goal was scored, but there was some from the goaltender of the Denison Big Red, that's John Svensson, as he is animately waving his hands, no goal on the play. So we'll see what both of the referees come up with. And we have a no goal sign on the play right here from the referee. So it appears that the game will remain tied at 0-0, 0 goals aside. What I wouldn't give to be a fly on the wall in this conversation happening between the referee and Matt Morrow. Both the referees arguing their case. Not really arguing, it's not really their case. It's more them telling Matt Morrow what the situation is, as now Mark Marfise would also like his own explanation from the referee. But that's good to see. Like I said, it's very important for the Lewis Flyers to keep this energy going now. We saw this against DePaul. They had one of their early goals turned away, I guess is the way to say it. So we'll see how this affects their game against the Big Red here today, as we have a lengthy discussion happening between the head coach of the Lewis Flyers and the referee. It looks like all confusion has been cleared up, so we will have a face-off. Now that face-off is won by Denison. Hard forechecking Brian Gutt forced that turnover. Excellent forecheck there, Brian Gutt. Denison, however, eventually will get it out. It's kept in on the point by Tyler Kramer. Stick down there by Charlie Whalen. And the Flyers have the puck. Wilninski now tries a centering pass. Nobody home on that one, though. And so that will be sent back around by Justin Rink. That's turned over again to Wilninski. He's in the far side corner. Is engaged in battle with a member of the Denison Big Red, as Kramer couldn't quite keep that second one in, and Kramer turns it over. Here comes Patillo into the zone. Patillo tries a centering pass. Can't quite find the player in front of the net. And so that one stays out of the net. Here's Salerno, tries a big slap shot, and that one makes its way up into the protective netting over Mike Fisher's head. We have a face-off coming up now in the Lewis Flyers end of the ice with 10 minutes and 18 seconds left to go in this first period. We're still all tied up, 0 goals aside. We cannot, the Lewis Flyers anyway, cannot allow this overturned goal to bring them down. They've been playing excellently here today. We want to see them pick it back up, use it as a little bit of a fire starter as they at Denison Big Red try a centering pass, and that's blocked by Fisher. As I was saying, though, we want to see the Lewis Flyers continue their excellent play that they've had thus far. Done a great job limiting the opportunities of the Denison Big Red. 10 minutes, 10 seconds left to go. That faceoff is won by Matt Morrow. Up to the point to Selman, who tries to find Ligas. Here's Ligas into Denison zone. Stops, waits for Morrow, leaves it. Morrow can't quite dangle around a couple members of the Denison Big Red, and they turn it over. Limpia tries to center around his own zone, turns it over, and eventually Denison will find it and skate it out of the ice. Here they are into the zone. Try a shot, try to go upstairs on Mike Fisher, goes off the side of the head of the referee. Denison still has a big shot. Excellent save there from Mike Fisher, and Morefoot is able to stick that one out of the zone. Ligas sends it to Morrow, who kicks it to his skate. Morrow tries to walk to the middle, can't quite do so, and the Denison Big Red turn it over. Excellent save there from Mike Fisher on that turnover, as he presented that right pad, just where it needed to be to turn that shot away. As we have Robertson tries to stick it in the zone. That was a dangerous play as it went right over the head of John Svensson. And we have Robertson down on the ice. Robertson had an excellent play to try and put that puck on goal. He went just over the mouth of the goal. As we have the trainer now entering the ice surface to tend to Braden Robertson. It's kind of a scary situation there. He was coming in the zone with a lot of steam, tried to put that puck on net and kind of lost an edge and went, it looked like face first into the far side corner. And it looks like he's up to one knee now, which is great to see. But the trainer is making her way onto the ice to tend to Braden Robertson. The referee is also there in conversation with Robertson. Very scary play here, as we see the Lewis Flyers huddled up, having a little bit of a discussion in the zone, as it looks like Robertson is on his feet now under his own power, being escorted off the ice by the trainer. Looks like he is moving around, which is good to see. So I think he's just trying to get a little feeling back, maybe, or just trying to make sure he still has feeling in all of his limbs, which it looks like it does, because, again, he is skating off the ice under his own power. So we will see a face-off here with 9 minutes and 4 seconds left to go in this first period. That was very scary for situation for me there personally. I had a very similar play happen to myself. I actually had this same sheet of ice that we're looking at, coming in the zone with a lot of speed, and it was tripped and went into the boards and ended up breaking my neck. So that one hits very close to home. We do hope that Braden Robertson is okay, as he is continuing to be tended to by the trainer. And we're back playing again. Tyler Kramer now in his own zone, stops, waits, turns it over to Seitz in the zone, and he turns it back over to the Flyers. Denison now has the puck. Near side corner, Kresge sends it around the zone to Pickens, who sends it up to McDonald, who can't quite keep it in. And the puck makes its way back to Tyler Kramer. Kramer now sends it up the ice on the near side. Will it go far enough for an icing? No, it will not. The Flyers have the puck in the offensive zone. Here's Brian Gutt, the far side corner. Tries to stick handle around just about everybody. McDonald tries a centering pass, and he can't quite find anyone. And that allows Denison to bring the puck out. Here comes Humphreys into the zone. He's in all alone. Backhand shot is found and handled by Mike Fisher, and he will hold on. 8 minutes and 8 seconds left to go in this first period. It's all tied up, 0 goals aside. We still have Braden Robertson being tended to by the trainer just in front of us here at Canlan. It looks like he is up and alert, and we'll provide any additional updates that I can see from my position. Denison now tries a near side shot. Excellent shoulder save there from Mike Fisher as Wilninski finds it. Here comes Jake Wilninski, player to watch for the Lewis Flyers. Sends it up to Brian Gutt on the far side. He tries to feed Wilninski in the middle, and he couldn't quite find it. The Flyers keep it in, though. Here's Whalen. Turns the puck over to Gutt, who kicks it out in front. Wilninski tries a shot, and there's a stick there, and looks like Petrovic couldn't quite keep it in. Back comes Wraith the other way. He's into the Flyers zone. Wraith has it off the right post. That shot is from Thomas Wraith, and this game remains tied. Flyers try a cross ice pass. Is almost broken up right in the middle there. That allows Patillo to send it back in for the Denison Big Red. Here's Brian Gutt on the far side. Loses the puck in his feet. Is engaged in battle with Finn Lewis as he sends it around to the near side. Denison can't quite center it. It's sent behind the net by Mike Ligas. And Denison has it in the far side corner, Petrovic sends it around to the near side, tries to find Tyler Morefoot, and he's able to force that one out of the zone. And Salerno's back to receive it for the Denison Big Red. Here comes Denison, back to Salerno on the far side. He enters the zone. They have a little bit of a miscommunication there, and that allows the Flyers to take the puck out. Here's Ligas. Can't quite find anyone. They turn it back over to Lempia. Sends it to the far side. Back to Lempia now. The near side goes rink wide. Tries to find number 16, Justin Rink, and that was about 2 feet behind him. So that will go far enough for an icing call. 6 minutes and 26 seconds left to go in this first period. We're all tied up At 0 goals aside, this faceoff will be to the left of John Svensson. And we got the big guns out there for the Flyers, Morrow, Selman, and Ligas. We'll see what they can do with just about a quarter of this period left. Denison skates it out of the zone. It's poked away by number 68, Chet Daker. The Flyers will bring it back in their own zone, regroup a little bit. Here's Kramer, saucer pass to Ligas. He knocked the stick right out of the hand of John Yarby, and that allows the Flyers to bring it in. Here's Selman on the near side. Jack Selman engaged in battle in the near side corner. As Denison tries to force it out, it's kept in on the point. Selman sends it down low to Ligas on the far side corner. Ligas again engaged in battle there. As Morrow can't quite find it, tries to pick the pocket of Selman, but Denison is able to force that one out of the zone. We have the game's first penalty coming up. That will be assessed to the Denison Big Red Flyers. Huge opportunity here as we approach the end of this first period. Canelos, number 14, received that penalty, 2 minutes for tripping, with 5 minutes and 38 seconds left to go in this first period. We'll see what the Flyers try to do with it. Morrow tries to win that faceoff forward as he does so many times, and puck is kept in excellently there by Tyler Kramer. Finds its way over to Selman on the far side. Jack Selman loses it, and that allows Denison to almost get it out. Kept in momentarily there by Jack Selman, and eventually Denison brings it back in. Here's Chiris, tries to walk in front of Mike Fisher, and he stays right with him. Puck stays out of the net. Tyler Kramer now here. Big opportunity for the Flyers in 3-on-2. Kramer tries the on-the-ice shot. Rebound couldn't quite find Selman. Morrow now has it. Tries a shot blocked out in front. And Brian Gutt couldn't get a stick on it. Here comes Denison back the other way. He's hit hard there by Tyler Kramer. That's number 23, Ethan Whip. And the Flyers looking excellent on this power play. Minute 14 left to go. On power play number 1 for the Flyers. A huge shot from the point there from Tyler Kramer. Goes right past the glove of John Svensson, and Tyler Kramer has opened the scoring for the Lewis Flyers. Excellent snipe there from number 46 in white. Wow. As I said, a huge opportunity for the Flyers to take this 1-goal lead towards the end of this first period. Tyler Kramer must have heard me up here or something. He takes that and scores the opening goal of the game. And as I also said in the open, it's really important that the Flyers score first and they keep that going. Flyers were able to score first, open excellently. And so we'll see if they can keep this lead into the locker room, take it into the locker room anyway, as we have just about 4.5 minutes left to go in this first period. Petrovic turns it over. Denison tries a centering pass, and they can't quite find it. Here's Josh McDonald. He skates it out of the zone into Denison's end. Josh McDonald tried to leave it for Scotty Ernstein. That puck right there is kept in on the point. Dangerous rebound there. Puck is laying in front of Svensson. He can't find it. Huge scramble happening. Eventually Ernstein finds it, rings it all the way around the net, and that will come out of the net. Out of the zone, excuse me. Wow. Dangerous sequence of events there for the Denison Big Red as Petrovic tries to stop, but he falls down on the play and turns it over. Here's Denison. Feeds it into the middle to Whalen. He can't quite get a shot on it. And that will send it down to Logan Pickens. 3 minutes, 45 seconds left to go in this first period. Flyers turn it over in their own zone. He's on the point. Can't quite feed the middle. And so the Flyers will get it back. McDonald hits the skate of the referee. No harm, no foul on that one as the Flyers retain possession. Scotty Ernstein revving his motors up, turns it over. Here comes Denison back the other way. Tries a centering pass. Nobody home, though. Excellent stick there from Pickens. Denison still has it. Can't quite get a shot. Another excellent stick there from Brian Gutt. As Gutt is working hard to get that puck out of the zone. Eventually, the Flyers can't get it out. Denison keeps it in on the point. He's got it. Tries a centering pass. Couldn't quite deflect it on net. And that goes into the near side corner. Ligas sends it behind the net to Chet Daker, who goes up and off the glass. And it's back now behind the net to Daker again. Daker is tangled up there with Ben Farrell. Eventually the Flyers get it out. Ligas tries to feed Brian Gutt. Here comes Gutt and Morrow. In 2-on-1. Brian Gutt. Backhand pass to Morrow. Tries a shot. Excellent toe save there from John Svensson. Grade A scoring opportunity right there for the Flyers. Can they keep it going? 2.5 minutes left to go in this first period. Denison sends it out. His glove down there on the point by Chet Dacre, and the Flyers still have it. Logan Pickens sends it up as Ligas turns it back around. Tries to slow it down a little bit. Ligas sends it behind Dacre, and that will go all the way down for an icing call. 2 minutes, 18 seconds left to go in this first period. Flyers up 1-0 off an absolute missile from Tyler Kramer, who opened the scoring for the Flyers on the power play. Flyers trying to continue their momentum from last weekend, winning that game in overtime at SIUE down in Edwardsville. See if they'll be able to do that. At least carry that lead into the first period intermission, as that's won by the Flyers. As Michael Ligas was coming off because he was not able to change off that icing call. Got Wilninski out there in his position. Logan Pickens sends it up the near side. As Denison tries a centering pass that's gloved down there by number 9, Jack Dwayne. And somehow was able to get a shot off. That was very impressive showing of coordination right there from Dwayne, as he was able to glove it down and smack it right into Mike Fisher. Unfortunately for him, though, like I said, Mike Fisher was able to keep that one out of the net. As Wilninski wins that faceoff back to Kramer, who lifts it high into the air, and it's gloved down on the point. Denison sends it in the far side, but Kramer finds it. Here's Tyler Kramer, tries to feed Wilninski there in 2-on-1. Here comes Scotty Ernstein. Ernstein feeds Wilninski in front, and he can't quite find it. Here comes Denison back the other way, 3-on-2. Denison now tries a drop pass. Can't quite find him, though, and the Flyers ring that one all the way around. It's kept in on the point. Shot attempt goes off the left toe of Mike Fisher. Took a funny hop on him. Didn't quite read that one correctly, but somehow he's able to keep it out of the net, Mike Fisher is. Battle behind the net, out in front. An excellent glove save there from Mike Fisher. Deflects that one up into the protected netting to keep his team ahead by 1 goal. 1 minute and 13 seconds left to go in this first period. The Lewis Flyers ahead 1-0. Mike Fisher, I don't know how he does it. He does some crazy things sometimes. He had a couple saves in that last sequence that should have been goals, but lucky for the Lewis Flyers, he was standing in the way as Denison wins that faceoff. Another stick save there from Mike Fisher. Deflects it up off the glass, and he's able to turn around and catch that one. And we will see another faceoff to Mike Fisher's right with 66 seconds left to go in this first frame. That faceoff is won by Matt Morrow. Sent up to Gutt, who sends it to Ligas. Michael Ligas into the zone. Tries a shot from the point, and that goes right in the glove of John Svensson, and he will hold on. 56 seconds left to go now in this first period. This is exactly the start that the Flyers were looking for. This is what we talked about in the open. They got to bring the energy early, and they've got to continue it on. They've scored first. That was the big plus for them. And they need to not allow them to give up, as we have a penalty coming to Tyler Kramer, as it looks like his helmet was dislodged there. As we'll see if any additional penalties will be dished out, as he had a little bit of a hip check happening there on, it looks like, number 14, Canelos of the Denison Big Red. So we'll see what additional penalties, if any, will be dished out right here. But with 46 seconds left, number 46 in white will be sitting in the box for at least 2 minutes. As there was a little bit of a brouhaha happening just in front of us here at Kalin Ice Sports. So it looks like a very brief discussion took place between the referees, and everything has been sorted out, apparently. It's possible that we will see a 4-on-4 situation here, as number 14 for the Denison Big Red, Canelos, was receiving the explanation from the referee. Now it's Matt Morrow's turn to receive that same explanation as Canelos has entered the penalty box. Nothing has up on the board yet. And so we will see what happens as we approach the end of this first period. We have an interference being called and a double rough being called. So it'll be interesting to see if anyone will be on the penalty kill. We've got 2 minutes up on the board for Tyler Kramer. Probably that initial interference call. And so we'll see if they place an additional player in the penalty box to serve that 2 minutes. As now head coach of the Flyers, Mark Marfise, is receiving the explanation from the referee just in front of us. As the door has now been opened for the penalty box, and number 33, Aiden McGuire, will step in to serve the initial interference call that was assessed to Tyler Kramer. And then presumably Kramer and Canelo were both assessed 2 minutes for roughing. Hence the need of the substitute player in the penalty box as Denison wins that puck and couldn't quite keep it in. And we have a very adamant offsides call being made from the referee on the blue line. Just like to say thank you to the referees that did come to our game today. There was a little bit of confusion, as I said, so thank you to all referees in all sports as we continue on here. 30 seconds left to go. That puck is sent all the way down by Logan Pickens. That's found by Scotty Ernstine right in front, tries to feed McDonald, and he's absolutely blown up there in front of the net. And we're going to have a couple more penalties being dished out on this one. As it looks like Scotty Ernstine was absolutely blown up just in front of John Svensson well after he had gotten rid of that puck. So presumably that first call will be at least for interference. And any additional penalties now will be dished out as we have some very angry players in the penalty box. That's number 29, Logan Pickens, who is currently in the penalty box, along with Kramer and McGuire, who were originally in there. And now it appears that Logan Pickens was the only one that had entered the box on that initial play, but one can only think that there will be more to come as the average viewer here, if you're not familiar with ACHA hockey, welcome. We love our intensity here in the ACHA. Lots of penalties being dished out. There was a time last season when the Lewis Flyers were taking on UWO. I was standing right here in the same spot with the esteemed Reed Poland, and we saw 16 players combined in the penalty box. So emotions running very high, as they always do here at Canlan Ice Sports, as now we have explanations being given to Will Ninsky of the Flyers, as well as Trevor Seitz of the Big Red. Both the alternate captains receiving that explanation from the referee. It looks like we have 2 minutes on the clock now to Jack Dwayne of the Denison Big Red. So presumably it will be 4-on-4 for the next minute and a half. And then when the initial penalty to Tyler Kramer expires, Aiden McGuire will come out of the penalty box because he's in there serving that initial interference call. And then the Flyers will have a brief 30-second power play, assuming that nothing else changes from what is happening right now on the ice. This is all just period number one, ladies and gentlemen. We're just about 17 seconds away from the first intermission here. We still got 40 minutes left of hockey after that. We're right here live on the Lewis University Television Network. We will be broadcasting tomorrow as well. The 1 o'clock start time right here at Callan Ice Sports, right here on the Lewis University Television Network. And it looks like we have things all sorted out, like I said. Before on for the next minute and a half, and then the Flyers will see a brief 30-second power play in period number 2. We got just about 10 seconds as Denison tries one last rush. Into the zone they come. Tries to walk and shoot, and that an excellent save by Fisher. Another shot is blocked out in front. 3 seconds left to go as Denison battles with Ernstine in the far side corner, and that will do it for the first period. Wow, a lot going on in that first period. Flyers, though, coming away with a 1-goal lead. That was courtesy of number 46, Tyler Kramer, who's currently in the penalty box. And he will be for at least the next minute and 14 seconds. And then an additional 2 minutes on that for the roughing call that was originally assessed to him. So, with that, we will be back in just a couple of minutes with period number 2. You're watching Flyers hockey right here on the Lewis University Television Network. Welcome back to Kalen Ice Sports and Lewis University Television Network. My name is Logan Cap. We are here for period number 2. And you get a nice shot of Lewis Flyers coming out of the locker room there as they prepare to take on the second frame against the Denison Big Red. A little bit of a, as I said before, brouhaha happening just in front of us here, just in front of the penalty box. As it looks like they turned all the lights on in Camlin today, so we'll work to adjust for that, but it's much brighter in here now. Easier for everyone to see, myself included, as both teams are taking the ice here. Of course, in period number 2, we're switching ends of the ice, as you do every second period. Flyers will be playing 4-on-4 for the next minute and 14 seconds. And then we'll be on the power play for 30 seconds based on that complicated penalty situation happening. That happened anyway towards the end of that second period. First period, oh my goodness, it's not even that late. I don't even know what period it is anymore. As we prepare for period number 2. It'll be really important for the Lewis Flyers to try and carry some of that momentum from the first period into the second period. They did a great job carrying that momentum last week down in Edwardsville, back here all the way to Camlin. So we'll see how well they are able to carry that momentum from period number 1 into period number 2 as we line up in preparation for puck drop. As I've said before, I'm going to say it again, we will be broadcasting tomorrow as well, right here on the Lewis University Television Network at the start time of 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock Central Time, excuse me, as now we have a little bit of confusion here with the referee, assumingly just clearing some things up right before puck drop. But we will be broadcasting here tomorrow starting at 1 o'clock Central Time, right here in Romeoville from Kalen Ice Sports. As we prepare for the puck drop. And here we go. Period number 2 is underway. Brian Gutt with speed into Denison and feeds Walensky in the middle. Walensky, big shot, is turned aside by John Svensson. And here comes Denison back out of the zone. Kaplan into the zone, tries a shot well higher than that. And that kept it on the point. Big shot block there is blocked by Brian Gutt, who breaks his stick on the play. And Gutt almost just received the stick there from Chet Daker, but I believe that was the wrong handedness, so he comes off the ice. Matt Morrow, big shot is blocked out in front. Svensson didn't know where it was. And Daker now on the near side tries a centering play, but can't find anyone with it. And Janu will get that puck out. Here comes Denison the other way. Yarvi tries a shot that's blockered aside by Mike Fisher. Chet Daker will send that one all the way around the net. Up to Ernsting on the red line. He turns and burns. Here comes the magician, Scotty Ernsting, into the Denison end as he is stopped there momentarily by the Big Red. But eventually Lewis will get a handle on it and bring it back into their zone. Braden Robertson back on the ice after the injury. He feeds Morrow on the far side. Blue line. Morrow turns a shot and he scores far side on John Svensson, extending the Flyers' lead to 2 goals. And it looks like Matt Morrow is ready to go, ready to start off period number 2 with a bang. With the Flyers now big 2-goal lead, as there's a little bit more confusion with the penalty trouble. as we have some discussions happening between this coaching staff now of the Lewis Flyers and the referees, as that goal happened when it was still 4-on-4, presumably, or option number 2 was that the Lewis penalty had expired, therefore putting them on the power play. And now we're just all a little bit confused. Hopefully, you got an excellent shot there from after the goal was scored. Love to see that. Cameraman Tony sitting right in the front row over there. Love to see that. Thank you to my crew that has joined me here today again. We were able to broadcast some hockey. Sport that I love, a sport that we all love here at Camlin. As the confusion continues as Tyler Kramer now exits the penalty box. And the Flyers, more importantly, are up by a score of 2-0 with 18 minutes and 37 seconds left to go in this second period. Not even a minute and a half in, and they were able to extend their lead. Love to see that. Matt Morrow tangles up on the faceoff. Eventually, Denison wins it and sends it into the Lewis Flyers zone. Robertson, can we talk about that pass from Braden Robertson for a second? He was all the way in his own zone, fed to Matt Morrow on Denison's blue line. Good thing the 2-line pass still isn't a rule. And was able to complete that stretch pass play, and Morrow was able to put that home far side on John Svensson as Denison tries a shot, but that's easily handled by Mike Fisher. We will see another face-off coming up in the Flyers' end of the ice. A lot of action here in period number 2, and we're not even 2 minutes into this period. Love to see that. Face-off to the left of Mike Fisher will be taken by Scotty Ernstein as well as Ethan Whip. That's won by Ernstein. He tries to feed Reedy, who's tangled up there, the defenseman on Denison, and Reedy finds that puck. Reedy was offsides. So we will see a neutral zone face-off coming up right here in front of the Flyers bench with 17 minutes and 55 seconds left to go in this second period. As we're maybe a little confused about offsides now. I know we were all confused about penalties, but now we're confused about offsides. So confusions are absolved, and we will now have an icing call just after all that. So we will see a face-off now in Denison's end of the ice. The Flyers, very important now that they continue to apply pressure here. They certainly did not listen when it was time to stay out of the penalty box. They certainly have had their fair share of penalties so far, but more importantly, they've scored 2 goals, and that's the most important thing. As long as they're scoring goals, they can do whatever suits them. As that puck makes its way back on the Flyers' end of the ice, McDonald turns around, still has it in the near side corner, leaves it down below the goal to Tyler Kramer. Kramer, fresh out of the penalty box, sends it high into the air up to McDonald, who tries to leave it for Ernstein, who can't quite find it when he was flying by. Ernstein now down below the Flyers' goal line, turns it over to Denison, and they send it behind their own net. Here's Ernstein, has it in the near side corner, tries to walk to the middle, can't quite get it, as he's hit high there by number 22, Lucas Cherish. No call in the play, so we play on. Denison into the zone, walks, shoots, is possibly blocked, goes high off the glass, as Denison had about 8 guys in the ice there. No call on the plays, but we will see a face-off because that puck was deflected up into the protective netting. And so we will see a face-off here, possibly right outside the zone. With 16 minutes and 53 seconds left to go, Flyers are still up 2-0, courtesy of Tyler Kramer and Matt Morrow. Morrow's out there to take this draw against John Yavari, as the Flyers win it. Here's Morrow with speed into the Denison's end. Tries to leave it in the middle for Ligas. Gets it back. Here's Matt Morrow. Tries a centering pass to Selman, who collides with number 14, Canelos, as the Flyers keep that one in on the blue line. Denison sends it up to Yavari, who sends it into the Flyers' end of the ice. And Petrovic will send it up. Here's Ligas. He can't find anybody, so Denison will send it back into the Flyers' end. Fisher comes out to play it, misses it, and that puck makes its way over to Tyler Morefoot on the far side. Morefoot now has some time, goes high off the glass, hits Michael Ligas up high, and Denison has it on the point. Feeds down low. Denison tries to walk to the middle. Excellent stick there from Adam Petrovic as the Flyers continue to battle for it. Denison, far side point, tries a shot well wide of the net, and that's kept in. Denison now on the near side, tries a centering pass. Excellent save there from Mike Fisher. Puck sat in front of him, and they couldn't get a stick on it. Mike Fisher again with some grade A saves to keep his team ahead by 2 goals with 15 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in this second period. Denison will bring it back in. Here's Whalen, sends it in behind Mike Fisher, where Morefoot is back to receive it, as that was just out of his reach, so it makes its way back to Morrow behind the net. Morrow sends it all the way up. Nobody home on that play, though. And so that will go all the way down for an icing call. 15 minutes and 21 seconds left to go in this second frame. Flyers up 2-0. Mike Fisher with some excellent goaltending right now, putting on a show for everyone here at Callan Ice Sports. Packed crowd. Love to see that. Love to see people come out and support the Flyers here at Callan. As Denison wins that faceoff back to the point, it's turned over to Morrow. Here comes Morrow out of the zone. Tries to sauce it up to Selman, who can't quite find it. Morrow gets it back. They're all on sides. He's taken down on the play, and we have no call. Denison sends it high off the glass. Tries to find a breaking Podesta. That was just out of his reach, and the Flyers try and put it up, but it goes off the stanchion. They turn it over. Here's Denison. Tries a centering play, but that finds its way over to Mike Fisher, who will hold on to it. 14 minutes, 52 seconds left to go in this second period. Flyers need to keep up this energy that they started the period with. Got an early goal coming out of the locker room. I don't know what Mark Murphy said to him, head coach of the Lewis Flyers, but it lit the flame right under the Flyers. Here they are. Here's Denison out in front, tries a shot, and he's just wide of the net. That was number 16, Justin Rink, as the Flyers can't get it out. Here's Robertson in the far side corner. Sends it behind the net over to Dacre, who sends it up to the point to Reedy. Reedy can't quite get it out. Denison tries a shot, and Mike Fisher flashes the leather a little bit on that one, keeping that puck out of the net with 14 minutes and 27 seconds left to go in this second period. Flyers up 2-0, courtesy of Mike Fisher right there, keeping that one out of the net. Said his name a lot in this first half of this second period, as he's been playing excellently here today, as he does every time we see him here at Callan Ice Sports. That's won by Denison. The far side point. He walks it in, tries a shot that's blocked out in front by Pickens, stung him a little bit. Now that allows the Flyers to skate that one out. Here's Ernstine. He backhands it into Denison's end on the near side, where it's received by Cherish. And Kramer's able to keep that one in on the point. Sends it down low. Back to Cherish. He's behind the net, pressured by Ernstine, who falls down on the play. And here comes Denison back in 2-on-1. Number 23, Ethan Whip. He has it, tries to wait. Excellent diving poke check there from Tyler Kramer. Prevents that centering pass and prevents a scoring opportunity on that one. It's a high hit there from Tyler Kramer. No call on the play. We continue to play on. Denison has it right in front of Mike Fisher and somehow is able to put it past him. That looks like it was number 17, Thomas Wraith, who has opened the scoring for the Denison Big Red. A little bit of a defensive breakdown there by the Lewis Flyers. I think there was a lot of attention on that big hit from Tyler Kramer there, who maybe distracted from the fact that Denison still had the puck and somehow were able to put it in past Mike Fisher. The Flyers are still ahead by 1 goal, though. Here's Denison, tries a centering pass, can't quite find anyone. And Michael Ligas brings it back. Cross-ice pass over to Selman on the near side. He sends it in. It's turned over to Salerno, and he goes behind the net. Denison can't quite get it out. We got a penalty coming up now to number 19, Michael Ligas, who didn't like that call very much, but it doesn't matter. He's going to go sit in the box 2 minutes for tripping, presumably, on that play. We'll see what the official signal is here from the referee. For roughing is the call. Doesn't matter. 2 minutes either way. Flyers will be on the penalty kill. This is not what the Flyers were looking for right here. We talked about how the Flyers need to do their best to stay out of the penalty box. And they're opening the door for the comeback for the Denison Big Red. We'll see what happens as this puck is dropped to the right of Mike Fisher. Flyers can't get it out. It's kept in on the point. Here's Janu. Dangles, skates it down low. Oliver Janu sends it behind the net on the near side to Kaplan. He's got it. Back up to the point to Yavari. Back to Kaplan now. Tries to find Yavari, and Ernstine breaks it up. Here's Matt Ernstine into the zone. Tries a shot, and that's turned aside by John Svensson. That's Scotty Ernstine, not Matt Ernstine. As Denison brings it back the other way. Oliver Janu, player to watch for the Big Red, leaves it on the point. Here comes Denison into the zone. It's turned away by Scotty Ernstine. Excellent block there from Brian Gutt. Allows Braden Robertson to almost get it out. Gutt backhands it, hits Robertson. Flyers scrambling in their own zone. Denison has it. Pass it over to the near side. Here's Yavari. Turns it over to Gutt. Brian Gutt coming out of the zone with speed. He's got Matt Morrow with him. Brian Gutt into the zone. It's tripped over to Morrow, who scores! What a play by the Lewis Flyers as Brian Gutt, falling down, gets that puck over to Matt Morrow, who puts it in past John Svensson to take his team back up by 2 goals. What a play from the Lewis Flyers there. On the penalty kill, bringing that energy high, keeping it high anyway. Taking his team back up by 2 goals. Matt Morrow with his 2nd goal on the day is lighting the fire under his team as they are back up by 2 goals. Now they will still be on the penalty kill for the next 51 seconds with 12 minutes and 5 seconds left to go in this second period, as the Denison will bring it back in the other way. Here's Seitz, skates it down below Mike Fisher on the far side corner. Trevor Seitz tries to go to the other point to Podesta, who can't keep it in. Now we got Humphreys, who's got it. Got Wolninski right in his kitchen. The Flyers will send that one all the way down. Got Scotty Ernstine in on the forecheck with John Svensson out to play it. Ernstine turns it over and can't quite find Wolninski on that play. Tyler Kramer will send that puck all the way down. No icing on the play. And Ernstine is in all alone. Ernstine tries a shot on the ice, and that was well wide of the net, as it was possibly patted aside there from Svensson. As the Flyers have it back now. Tyler Kramer tries to send it up to Ligas, who's in behind the defenseman. Michael Ligas stops, waits, is hit hard there, finds Wolninski on the shot. Toe drag shot, excellent toe save there from Svensson. Big wind-up slap shot from Tyler Kramer is well high of the net. Pickens fakes the slap shot, sends it back down behind Svensson. Ligas is pressured hard. Eventually, Podesta will find it, sending it all the way out of the zone. As he is run into there by Matt Morrow, and Denison is able to send that one into the Lewis Flyers end of the ice. Fisher comes out to play it. 10.5 minutes left to go in period number 2. Big turnover there by Logan Pickens right in front of the net. And that allows the Denison Big Red to capitalize on that wide open net. That looks like it was number 16, Justin Rink, who was able to put that one home. As the Denison Big Red have now put a stop to any sort of momentum that the Lewis Flyers had. It'll be really important now for the Flyers to bounce back after that, as Morefoot will send that one all the way down for an icing call with 10 minutes and 16 seconds left to go in this second period. Just about halfway through this game. The Flyers playing excellent here. Apart from that one turnover, have really been doing a good job in controlling this game. As that is won by the Flyers. Morefoot tries to send it out. It's stick down, though, and eventually found by Whip. Denison. They turn and shoot. Can't quite get in behind Mike Fisher. I think he found that for a second. The Flyers still can't get it out. Flyers. Denison sends that puck back in. Here's Petrovic, sends it up the near side wall to Selman, who banks it off the wall. Here comes Michael Ligas into Denison's end of the ice. Tries to stop. He's got a couple Denison players right on him. Puck is eventually found by Kresge, who sends it rink wide. Over to Thomas Wraith, one of the goal scorers for the Denison Big Red. Sends it behind Mike Fisher. That stick is lifted right out of the hands there by Adam Petrovic. The Flyers send that one out. Right to Seth Kaplan, who's pressured by a couple members of the Lewis Flyers. Petrovic has it. He falls down. Here comes Selman. Is taken down. No call on the play. Here comes the Flyers back the other way. Morefoot sends that puck all the way in to the Big Red's end of the ice, where Cherish is back to get it. They send it up to Whip on the far side. Ernsting forces a turnover. Ernsting near side over to Chet Daker, who tries a backhand shot, but that is blocked. Canelos now keeps it in. Ernsting, the magician, will find it. Here's Scotty Ernsting. What's he able to do with it? 8.5 minutes left to go. He leaves it for Daker behind Fisher. He will send it up to Reedy, who sends it rink wide to McDonald. Goes off his stick and right to number 4, Oliver Janu, who turns it over. Back to the Lewis Flyers. Janu still has it. It turned back over to Ernsting, who tries a shot, tries to go upstairs on John Svensson, misses the net though, and the Big Red will bring it back the other way. Here's Yavari into the zone. He's got someone with him, tries a saucer pass. Excellent stick there from Jack Reedy. It looks like broke that play up as McDonald tries to play it ahead to Reedy, who's coming off for a line change, and forces Oliver Janu to turn around in his own zone. Here comes Janu into the Flyers zone. Player to watch for the Big Red. It's poked away by Braden Robertson there. Excellent stick. Playing on both sides of the puck. Braden Robertson is. Had an assist on that long stretch pass to Matt Morrow earlier as the Flyers forced that one out of the zone. Sent right back in, though. In behind Mike Fisher. It's received by Ernstine, who sends it up to Brian Gutt. Tries to go rink wide with a very hot pass over to Gavin Hawkinson, and he was unable to handle that one. So they play catch a little bit, and eventually Denison will find it on their own blue line. Tries to go rink wide over to Charlie Whalen, who beats out the icing call. Whalen tries a centering pass. Nobody home on that one, though. Denison still has it. Tries another shot. Well wide of the net. Denison still has it in front of the net. And an excellent stick there from Jake Wolninski prevented a shot. As the Flyers really need to get this puck out, get a stoppage of play. As Denison tries a stuff attempt on the near side of Mike Fisher. He was hugging his post, though, and kept that one out of the net. 6 minutes and 50 seconds left to go. 6-5-0 left to go in this second period. Lewis Flyers ahead 3-2. If you missed anything, Matt Morrow has 2 goals for the Lewis Flyers, along with Tyler Kramer, who scored the opening goal. And then Justin Rink and Thomas Wraith are the 2 goal scorers for the Denison Big Red. Denison has it now. Try a near side shot, and that's right into the glove of Mike Fisher, who will hold on. And we will try again to Mike Fisher's left. It looks like we have Matt Morrow out there to take the draw against Justin Rink, both of the goal scorers for both teams, as that set faceoff play is won by the Flyers, goes off the skate of Michael Ligas, and it's received by Salerno, who will ring it around his own net. They can't get it out, turn over to Matt Morrow. Morrow tries to feed Selman in the slot, and he's unable to do so, and that allows Whalen to send it in behind his own net. Here's Denison now in the near side boards. Battles hard with Selman for it. Selman, all three Lewis Flyers forwards are there. Selman, Morrow, and Ligas. Nobody can quite come out with it. Here comes Denison now. Justin Rink. They will send it in. Dwayne will for the Denison Big Red. We've got a very dangerous situation there for Ligas, who was in all alone as Denison was making a line change, but the Flyers couldn't get the puck up to him. Almost a dangerous turnover there by Kramer. Eventually Denison gets it, tries a centering pass. Big hit there out in front by, I'm not sure who, prevents a scoring opportunity on that one, as both teams continue to battle for it in the near side corner. Kramer now on the far side is pressured hard there by Wraith, who will force the turnover. Wraith leaves it on the point. They try another centering pass that goes off the stick, and we've got a penalty coming up here to the Lewis Flyers. Tyler Kramer will be heading back to the penalty box as that shot from number 22, Lucas Trellis, will be well wide of the net. And we have a whistle for them touching up, as Tyler Kramer is not happy about that call. And in any case, the Flyers will be down for another 2 minutes. Very dangerous situation here for the Flyers, as we've talked so many times today about them staying out of the penalty box. They are opening the door for the tying goal to be scored by the Denison Big Red, as we are just over 5 minutes left in this second period. As we have the coaching staff of the Lewis Flyers receiving the explanation from the referee. It looks like we'll have a face-off to the right-hand side of Mike Fisher in the Lewis Flyers end of the ice. As the Flyers only have 3 skaters out there currently. We will see who else will be joining them on the penalty kill here. Looks like Scotty Ernsting is there to take the draw against number 17, Thomas Wraith. As Tyler Morefoot will hop over, be the 4th man on the penalty kill for the Lewis Flyers. As we have this face-off taking place, it's won by the Flyers. Turn it over to Denison, up to the point. Big shot is well wide of the net. Rebound is received by Ujarvi on the point. Here's Denison now, tries a shot, blocked out in front. Denison receives it. Big Red have the puck, setting up on the power play, overload style. Transition in the umbrella up the top. Here they are on the far side. Try a centering pass that's blocked with an excellent stick from Tyler Morefoot, but they retain possession. Here's Denison, try a shot, and that didn't quite find the net. I think it was deflected out in front, but they find the rebound. Here's Kaplan. He's got the puck with speed, turns it over out in front, tries to take down Scotty Ernsting there in 2-on-1. Ernsting's got McDonald, tries to feed McDonald, and that was just out of his reach, and he could not find a stick on it as the Flyers try a point shot, and that is easily handled by John Svensson. And wow, what an opportunity there for the Flyers on the penalty kill, as they were in 2-on-1. Ernsting had McDonald with him, but an excellent diving poke check from the back-checking defenseman of Denison prevented any scoring opportunities on that one. Here they come back the other way. Humphreys has the puck into the Flyers zone, looks for something to do with it, stops in the far side corner. They will set back up on the power play. Humphreys sends it to the far side hash marks, comes back to him on the point. Humphreys is broken up there. An excellent stick from Brian Gutt, and Gutt will be in on the forecheck. Gutt has it, trying to eat away some of that time on the power play as he collides with number 13, Humphreys. As both teams continue to battle for it, Morrow on the forecheck has the stick slashed right out of his hands. No call on the play, so we play on. Denison has it. Here's Humphreys. Feeds it to the near side to Humphreys. That was not Humphreys who had it originally. That was Seitz who sent it to Humphreys, and the Flyers will bring it back the other way. Scotty Ernstine out of the zone with speed. Here's Ernstine in all alone on a breakaway. Ernstine tries a shot, and that's just wide of the net. Received by Wilninski. Back out of the zone to Petrovic, who will send it in, and that will finish off the power play for the Denison Big Red. Here they come back the other way. Lewis into the zone is almost dragged down. A big hit there out in front on Lewis. And the Flyers will bring it back the other way. Selman into the zone. Tries a centering pass that's broken up by Seth Kaplan. And Denison is able to get that one out. Here's Finn Lewis in all alone on a breakaway for Denison. Lewis can't quite get a shot off. Excellent back check there from Wilninski. Prevents any sort of opportunity. As the Flyers get away with one on that one. As Ligas sends that one up. Physical play picking up here for both teams. Energy being restored as we approach the final 2 minutes in this second period. Big hit there from Tyler Kramer. As Denison still has it on the point. They try a shot. It's blocked out in front. He gets it back. Cherish tries another shot, and that's blocked again. Far side point. Far side corner, Kaplan. They've got it now. And Selman's able to force that one out. Back to Cherish in the neutral zone. They will send it back into the Flyers zone where it's received by Chet Daker, who sends it up the far side boards to nobody. Kaplan on the point tries a shot, hits the side of the goal on that one. And Daker eventually gets that puck, sends it high off the glass. A hard forechecking Ligas will not beat out that icing call. And we will see a face-off. We have 2 minutes for slashing being called now on the Lewis Flyers. I don't quite know who that was called on. Looks like Tyler Kramer again, who has made this journey a few times tonight into the penalty box. So he will send his team back on the penalty kill with 1 minute and 37 seconds left to go in this second period. Presumably explaining his case to the referee just in front of the open door of the penalty box, but it won't matter because he'll have to sit there for 2 minutes anyway. And the Lewis Flyers are in a very dangerous situation again. They've got 1 minute 37 seconds. If they are able to get through this final couple minutes here, couple seconds I should say, of this period, and take this lead into the dressing room, they will be in a much better position to start off the third period. Denison has it now on the Flyers' end of the ice. They set up on the power play. Denison on the point, feeds it over to Kaplan. Kaplan tries a shot that's turned aside by Mike Fisher. And the Flyers try and send it out. It will trickle out into the neutral zone, and that forces Denison to have to tag up. Almost a dangerous turnover there is forced by McDonald, but no harm, no foul as Ernstine is on the back check, and the Denison will bring it back in. Janou is hit hard there by Ernstine, and they retain possession. Here's number 14, Canelos, sends it up to the point, and they can't quite keep it in. That's Yavari, for the Big Red. 40 seconds left to go in this second period as Yavari will bring it into the Flyers' end of the ice. Try a cross-ice pass, falls down. Kaplan has it, tries another centering pass, but can't find Canelos on the near side. Canelos will send it behind the net over to no one on the far side. Matt Morrow sends it all the way down. Didn't see Brian Gutt, who was breaking all alone. Had he fed him, he would have been all alone on a breakaway. As Brian Gutt forces that turnover, he will try and eat a couple more seconds off of this penalty as we have just about 5 seconds left in this second period. And Denison will clear that one all the way down, and that will do it for the second period of this hockey game. Not as good for the Lewis Flyers, but they still do have a lead, taking this lead into the third period. They've seen a lot of the inside of the penalty box, the Lewis Flyers have. That'll be look to be something to change as we look to enter period number 3 in just a couple minutes. We have the Zamboni that will be coming on. Both teams just about exited off the ice. You're watching Flyers hockey right here on the Lewis University Television Network.
Last period, I put a shot of a little bit of just the clock counting down.
Yeah.
So I might do that again.
And welcome back to Callan Ice Sports for period number 3. Logan Cap right here on the Lewis University Television Network. And we've got a treat here for period number 3 as the Flyers are ahead by 1 goal. With 20 minutes left in this hockey game, we'll still have to see if they will be able to take that lead all the way to the end of the game, if not extend it, ideally. And we prepare for period number 3. Referee all ready to drop the puck. And the Flyers will be on the penalty kill for the next 22 seconds. Tyler Kramer, again, taking that roughing call. Denison brings it in the zone, tries a shot, and an excellent stick there from Brian Gutt. Is able to block that one. Denison now on the point. They try a point shot, goes wide of the net. And they receive the rebound in the near side corner. They try a shot. It's blocked out in front. And Denison still has it. They try a shot from behind the goal. It goes off the back of Mike Fisher into the net. Just as the penalty to Tyler Kramer expires. And it looks like it was number 17, Thomas Wraith, who has just scored his 2nd goal on the day to tie it up. Not even 30 seconds, or just over 30 seconds, excuse me, into this 3rd frame. As maybe that shot caught Mike Fisher a little bit off guard as he was down below the goal line when he threw that puck to the front of the net. And as you know, you can have some very good things happen when you throw the puck in the front of the net. And Wraith just found that out as he ties it up with 19 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in period number 3. Flyers have it, send it behind the net. It's received by Janu. And that's kept in on the point by Logan Pickens. Here comes Janu again. He skates it into the Flyers' end of the ice. Oliver tries a shot. It's glove save from Mike Fisher, and he will hold on. There's a little extra contact there between Tyler Kramer and Oliver Janu. Love to see that energy is still high. It's still carrying over from the 2nd period. As we have Wilninski wins that faceoff right in the skates of the referee. And he eventually finds it and brings it into the near side corner. Ernsting sends it up to Gutt, who skates with speed into Denison's zone. They try a shot, and that's blocked out in front. Denison. Kaplan has it. Turns it over to Gutt in the middle, and that is stick the sign there from John Svensson. And Denison will bring it back the other way. Number 14, Canelos, will send it into the Flyers zone. And they keep it in on the point. Here's Denison in the near side corner. Try a centering pass. Goes off the stick of Humphreys. And the Flyers will bring it back the other way. Here's Ernstein into the zone. Tries to walk the defenseman. Splits him and couldn't quite keep a handle on that puck. And so that's cleared back out of the zone. Here's Petrovic. Sends it back to Morefoot in his own zone. Morefoot fans on a pass. Eventually gets it up to McDonald, who goes off the boards back to Ernstein, who slows things down a little bit. 17 minutes and 51 seconds left to go in this 3rd period. It's all tied up 3 goals aside. Here's Denison into the zone. Humphreys tries a shot well wide of the net. And McDonald will go off the boards and out. Denison sends that one back in the near side. It's received by Morefoot back behind the net. He sends it up, goes off the stick of Jack Selman. And no icing on the play, so we play on. Salerno has it, turns it over to McDonald in the near side corner. They battle for it. Eventually, Denison finds it and rings it all the way around. It's kept in on the far side just about by Robertson. And eventually, Denison will skate it out. Here's Michael Ligas. He's into the Denison's end, sends it over to Ernstine on the near side. He tries a shot. That's just wide of the net. As Denison's able to somehow get that puck out of the net. That's Seitz skates it into the Flyers zone, is pressured by a couple of Flyers players, and Dwayne has a big point shot there. A centering pass, can't quite find anyone. And Patello turns it over. Here's Selman now. Into Denison's end. Jack Selman tries to walk the defenseman. Lost the handle on it, though. Selman finds it again. Jack Selman down below the goal line. Falls down on the play. And that puck is kept in by McDonald on the point. Here comes Dwayne. Sends it rink wide over to number 16, Justin Rink, one of the goal scorers for the Big Red, as he can't quite find another centering pass. Eventually, Patillo will get it and try and center it, but Wilminski will find it, and he falls down on the play. Big opportunity here. Patillo finds it up to the point, and they try a shot. That's just wide of the net, though. Another centering attempt is blocked out in front, and Denison still has it. Whiff sends it up to the point, over to Janu, who sends it down low again. Wraith has it in the far side corner. Looking for something to do with it. Loses a handle on it. It's sticked into the neutral zone by McDonald, and he couldn't quite find it. Otherwise, he would have been in all alone on a breakaway. Here's Oliver Janu, tries a shot, just wide of the net. Another shot goes off the side of the net, and back into the near side corner. Denison tries a centering pass that's backhanded and blocked out in front by Tyler Kramer, who eventually finds it and skates it behind the net. Kramer stops, slows things down a little bit, tries to regain control of this game. McDonald sends that puck out to nobody, and that will go all the way down for an icing call. 15 minutes and 14 seconds left to go in this third period. We're all tied up at 3 goals aside. If you missed anything from before, goals from the Lewis Flyers coming from Matt Morrow had 2. And Tyler Kramer opened the scoring for the Flyers with 1. Goals for the Denison Big Red coming from number 16, Justin Rink, and number 17, Thomas Wraith, who had 2. Denison has it, turns it over to Reedy, who will force it out of the zone. Here's Brian Gutt, skates it all the way across the ice, and he will send it in. McDonald has it in the far side face-off dot, tries a centering pass, and that can't quite find anyone. Kramer is able to keep it in, and it's stick down by Reedy. Jack Reedy tries a nice drag move, eventually gets around, but turns it over in front of that, and that allows Denison to skate it out of the zone. Here they are on the near side. Kaplan keeps it going behind the net. He's tangled up with Logan Pickens there. Pickens, big hit. Eventually Kaplan gets it back behind Mike Fisher. Kaplan tries a centering pass. It's blocked. And McDonald tries to get it out, but that's gloved down. A big deflection out in front there off the stick of Logan Pickens. Finds its way into the near side corner. Denison still has it. He battles with Tyler Kramer. They try a centering pass. Can't find it, though. Another shot is just wide of the net. As the Flyers just looking to get this puck out of the zone at this point. Kept in on the point by Yavari. And we have a penalty coming up now to Denison. Here comes the Flyers in 2-on-1. Kramer tries a shot. Fans on it. Can't quite find the rebound, though. Tyler Kramer still has it. Goalie, 6 attackers on the ice for the Lewis Flyers. Ernsting in the near side corner. Penalty coming up to Denison. Blue Demons, very dangerous play there as that puck made its way all the way back down to the Lewis Flyers end of the ice. We have a whistle for some reason. But that one made me very nervous as that one made its way toward the open net. Flyers had pulled Mike Fisher because they had a delayed penalty coming up against Denison. We have an interference call being made against, looks like number 27, Seth Kaplan. So huge opportunity for the Flyers to go back on the lead, get the lead back, I should say. Big guns out there. Morrow, along with Ligas and Ernstein. Morrow wins that faceoff back to Kramer, who tries a shot, makes his way over to Ernstein. Ernstein sends it down low, and Matt Morrow was taken down on the play, and his bucket comes off. And that is a safety issue, so that will cause a stoppage of play. Morrow didn't like that they had to stop it there, but I don't think the referees had much of a choice. As when that helmet comes off, you don't really have any option but to stop the play there. As I believe we should see a face-off now
in Denison's end of the ice. Not end of the ice, I should say. That stoppage of play was caused by the Lewis Flyers, so it will be outside the zone. Flyers are just 6 seconds into this power play. As Matt Morrow continues to discuss with the referee, who presumably is telling him that he's not allowed to continue playing because he was the one that caused the stoppage of play. So Walensky hops over and wins that faceoff. Flyers play catch a little bit. Eventually Selman ends up with it, leaves it for Ernsting, who enters the zone with speed. Scotty Ernsting brings it into the near side corner. He stops as the Flyers set up on the power play. Back up to Kramer on the point. He walks the middle, shoots right into the glove of John Svensson, and he will hold on. Minute 35 left on the power play for the Lewis Flyers. Interference call made against Seth Kaplan, number 27, on Denison. Matt Morrow back on the ice there after that stoppage of play. Take this face off. Flyers lose that face-off. We got another penalty coming up now to number 4, Oliver Janou, who slashed the stick of Scotty Ernstein right out of his hands. And this is a very dangerous situation now for the Denison Big Red, as they will go down 5-on-3 for a long penalty kill, a minute and a half. And we will see what happens as the Flyers make a series of line changes. So does Denison. And big opportunity for the Flyers. That puck is dropped, won by the Flyers. Up to Morrow on the point. He walks the middle, sends it down low to Ernstein. Ernstein waits, sends it up to Morrow on the point. Over to Kramer on the near side. Kramer fakes the shot, sends it back to Morrow on the far side. Here's Ernstein now in the far side corner. Turns, waits with it. Goes a little fancy stick work there. He goes cross ice to, it looks like Brian Gutt, and he couldn't find a handle on it. Gutt tried a very hot pass back to Kramer on the point, and that couldn't find him as Mike Fisher gets that play, gets them back into Denison's end quickly. Here's Brian Gutt, leaves it for Ernstein. Ernstein feeds Kramer on the far side, back to Morrow, has a wide open net, couldn't find a handle on it though. And so this game remains tied. 42 seconds remaining on the first power play penalty to Denison. 1 minute and 5 seconds remaining on the second. Here comes Morrow with speed into Denison's end. He tries a shot, goes up high on Svensson, who makes the save. That puck is stick down, almost with a high stick there. But the Flyers get it, try a shot on the ice, and that is turned aside by Svensson again. Number 3, Martin Lempia, doing an excellent job to take some time off the power play. Flyers hammer away at it right in front of Svensson, who is not very happy. That's Scotty Ernstein, who's hammering away at him, trying to get at that loose puck. But he is able to keep that one out of the zone, keep this game tied with 11 minutes and 49 seconds left to go in this third period. Game's all tied up, 3 goals aside. Matt Morrow had a grade A scoring opportunity on that power play. They passed it right through the box, right what you want to see out of a team on the power play, as Flyers win that one all the way back. And Kramer has to be very careful there. He's got a hard forechecking Denison player. That's number 17, Thomas Wraith, as Morrow brings it back in. First penalty has expired. 5-on-4 hockey. Flyers are offsides on the play. It looks like we have a faceoff coming up all the way down in the Flyers' end of the ice. With 18 seconds remaining on the penalty to number 4, Oliver Janou. 2 minutes for slashing. 11 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this third period. We'll see if the Flyers are able to convert with just 18 seconds left on this second power play. They win that faceoff back to Kramer. He sets it up, sends it to Morrow on the near side. Breakout play over to Ernstein. Ernstein with speed into Denison's end, loses his handle on it. Ernstein sends it behind the net, up to Walensky on the far side. 3 seconds left to go on the power play. And back comes Denison the other way, 3-on-1. They're into the zone. They try a centering play. Excellent diving poke check there from Tyler Kramer. Prevents any scoring opportunities on that one, as Denison has now iced the puck with 11 minutes on the dime left to go in this third period. Flyers unable to convert on that 5-on-3, long 5-on-3 power play opportunity. We'll look to see if the Big Red receive any momentum from that big kill they just had as they win that face-off. Here's number 27, Seth Kaplan, sends it into the Flyers zone. He skates in with speed. Kaplan tries a near side shot, but Mike Fisher was standing right there. Here comes Arkilla. He sends it up to Selman on the near side. Selman is closed off by number 21, Thomas Kresge. And Petrovic has it, tries a slap shot, and that is deflected wide. Arkilla sends it up the point to Morfoot, who sends it down low. It's found in the corner by Kresge, who battles with Selman. Kresge still has it. Tries to find someone in the near side corner, but that's turned over to McDonald and is sent right back to Kresge. Kresge begins the breakout for the Denison Big Red as they bring it into the Flyers end of the ice. Try a shot blocked out in front there by Tyler Morfoot, and Denison finds the rebound. Here comes McDonald up and over the defenseman. He's into the zone. Got Jack Selman with him. Slowly tries a shot on the ice, patted aside there by John Svensson. Excellent odd man break opportunity there for the Lewis Flyers as they make a series of line changes and they turn it over in their own zone. They try a shot. Denison does, but they're unable to get a stick on that. And the Flyers have it now in their own zone. Brian Gutt battles with number 6, Charlie Whalen. Eventually the Flyers will come away with the puck. They continue to battle for it on the far side hash marks. Here's Chet Daker, tries to go off the glass, finds Brian Gutt, who goes rink wide over to Ernstine, who kicks it to his feet. The magician has got the puck into the zone. Scotty Ernstine, near side corner. Waits on the hash marks, tries a high backhand saucer pass, is intercepted though by number 15, Trevor Seitz. And that allows Denison to regroup a little bit, and Seitz gets it back. Here comes Seitz into the Flyers zone. He walks and shoots. Big rebound there from Mike Fisher, and he keeps it out of the net. Seitz tries a centering play, makes its way up to Janu on the point. He tries a shot. It's well high of the net. And that's found by McDonald, who sends it up into the protected netting in front of the viewing audience here at Camden Ice Sports. And we will see a face-off in the Flyers end of the ice. Mike Fisher standing on his head to make that save, as he made the first one. As some people would say that's good enough, but he made the second one too. So he's doing everything he can to keep that puck out of the net, keep his team in the game. We've got 8 minutes and 43 seconds left to go in this third period. All tied up, 3 goals aside. Flyers win that faceoff, send it up to Ligas on the far side. Ligas leaves it for Morrow in the middle. Matt Morrow has it, tries a centering pass over to Ligas, and he deflects that one high and up into the protected netting. 8 minutes and 31 seconds now left to go. Excellent odd man break opportunity for the Lewis Flyers on that one, as they look to regain the lead that they had for most of this game so far. At one point they were up by 2 goals multiple times. They want to try and get that back and not have this game go any farther into any additional time. That puck goes off the stasher board and rockets high into the air, and that is sent into the Lewis Flyers end of the ice. McDonald tries to stick it ahead to himself, but that's kept in on the point by Denison. They try a centering pass, but that is broken up with an excellent stick from Tyler Kramer. Here comes Morrow into Denison zone, leaves it for Ligas. Ligas shot blockered aside there by Svensson. Another opportunity from Ligas is well wide of the net, as Ligas gets it back, sends it up to Morrow on the point. He tries a shot in the near side corner, finds McDonald. Josh McDonald has it now, waits, leaves it for Kramer, who tries a shot off the logo of Denison, and Svensson somehow kept that one out of the net. Excellent rebound opportunity there for Jack Selman. Excuse me, that's not Jack Selman, that's Michael Ligas, who had that second chance opportunity, but he was unable to put it home because John Svensson was standing right in his way, and he keeps his team in this game, keeps this game tied at 3 goals aside with 7 minutes and 44 seconds left to go in this third period. Here's Gutt, tries that stuff attempt on the near side, and that's again saved by Svensson. Excellent couple opportunities for the Lewis Flyers. Love to see some offensive prowess happening by the Flyers as they look to win this faceoff and continue this momentum. They win it. Back to Petrovic on the point, and he turns it over, but number 27, Seth Kaplan, can't quite find that one as Kaplan is forechecking very hard there and loses an edge, presumably, and goes crashing into the net. And that will come off its moorings. No harm, no foul on that one, though, because Mike Fisher had already frozen the puck. So glad everyone's okay on that play. And we have 7 minutes and 28 seconds left to go in this third period. Flyers in the driver's seat right now. Love to see that as they look to close out an excellent game played here today. Want to continue that in the final couple minutes of this game as Brian Gutt has it now, skates it through the neutral zone and into Denison's end of the ice. Gutt tries a centering pass, but that's broken up. Big Red's able to get that out and all the way down. Hard forechecking number 23, Ethan Whip, is right on the tail of Adam Petrovic, but Petrovic was able to beat him and beat out that icing call to get a face-off to the left-hand side of John Svensson. And so we will have a face-off with 7 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in period number 3. Ernstein wins that faceoff back to Wolninski, who goes off the boards and sends it into the near side corner. It's forced ahead, though, by Thomas Wraith, and that allows Denison to get it out of their zone. Ernstein finds the puck in his feet, slows it down. One thing that Scotty Ernstein is so good at is controlling the speed of the game. He gets the puck, it seems to slow down everyone else. This game kind of goes into slow motion. Nobody's quite sure what he's going to do with it. Denison tries a point shot. Excellent pad save there from Mike Fisher. As the Magic Man himself, Scotty Ernstein, skates that puck out of his own zone. Here comes Ernstein now into the zone. Tries to walk the defenseman, number 21, Thomas Kresge, but he is unable to do so. The Flyers have in the far side corner, Josh McDonald. He's got it, sends it behind the net over to Morrow. Matt Morrow sends it up to the point to Kramer, who tries a point shot. It's saved the big right pad from Svensson. And that goes to the far side. Morrow finds the rebound, is pressured off the puck there by Ethan Whip. And Morrow retains possession, though. Morrow sends it down low. Whip sends it back up to the point. It's retained by the Flyers. Michael Ligas turns and burns with speed into the zone. Big slap shot is right into the glove of John Svensson, and he will hold on with 5 minutes and 45 seconds left to go in this third period. Flyers and the Big Red are tied right now, 3 goals assigned. If you missed anything from before, goals for the Flyers coming from Matt Morrow, had 2 of them. Scoring was opened today by Tyler Kramer for the Flyers, had that third one. And then scoring for the Denison Big Red was from number 16, Justin Rink, and number 17, Thomas Wraith, who had 2. Here's Denison back into the Flyers' end of the ice. His poke checked away there by Tyler Kramer. The Flyers are unable to get it out. Denison has it. Near side. Here's Canelos, who tries a shot, but that is blocked with an excellent stick from Matt Morrow. McDonald turns it over. They try a slap shot, but couldn't get anything on it. And that forces Pickens to just kind of slap it out of his own zone. And here comes Denison back the other way. Salerno into the zone. Tries a backhand saucer pass. Excellent stick from Matt Morrow. Blocks it. Denison still has it in the point. Yavari sends it down low. It's received by Podesta. He battles with Morrow in the near side corner. Kept alive by Canelos. A couple members of each team there battling with it. Morrow has it. Eventually Ligas will come away with it and tries to find McDonald, but he can't do so. But that will negate the icing call. 4.5 minutes left to go in this third period. Who's going to be the hero? We will find out as we continue to play on here. Petrovic sends it rink wide over to Gutt on the near side. Brian Gutt sends it up. Skates it up, rather, and loses his handle on it. Eventually Ernstein finds it. Ernstein tries a centering pass. It's sticked aside there by number 4, Oliver Janou. And eventually Ernstein gets it back. Ernstein up to the point to Kramer. Winds up. Big slap shot is well wide and high of the net. And that rebound is found by Wolninski. kept almost in. And it looks like Petrovic was just trying to send it back in, but it goes off the stick of Brian Gutt. And so we will have a face-off with 3 minutes and 57 seconds left to go in this third period. Lewis Flyers looking really good this game as a whole. I think this is one of the better team games that we've seen them play here at Canlan. We'll see if they're able to get her done, as it were, as we enter the final 4 minutes of this hockey game. Denison skates it out. He's turned over to Gutt, who has the puck slapped away from him. Eventually, Ernstine will find it with speed into the zone. Scotty Ernstine brings it between his legs. The Magician has it. And he tries a saucer pass. And we got a penalty coming up here to Brian Gutt, number 81. I think everyone in the building saw that interference call, as it looked like Gutt was going to lose the race to number 14, Canelos. And so that forced Gutt to take him out. And now, this is not ideal for the Lewis Flyers. Got 2 minutes on the clock, 3 minutes and 25 seconds left to go in this third period. 2 minutes of power play time for the Denison Big Red. The Flyers are able to kill this one off. It will skyrocket their momentum. It will be huge to see if they can get this kill completed as they win that faceoff. Morrow does, and Ligas is able to force that one out. It's stopped, though, by Yavari, and Denison will set back up. Here comes Janou into the zone with speed. Chips it into the near side corner. Skates it all the way around the net, Janou does, and he sends it up to the near side point to Yavari. Sends it rink wide over the far side. They try a centering pass, and they can't quite find it. Here's Matt Morrow. He's kind of in all alone, was almost in all alone, but had a hard back-checking Janou right on him, so he just chips that one in, taking some more time off that penalty kill. 2 minutes and 47 seconds left to go in this third period. 1 minute and 20 seconds left on the power play. Here's Denison back into the zone. They try a saucer pass. Excellent stick lift there from Scotty Ernstine. Prevents anything from happening, though. Here's Denison on the far side. Janou in the far side corner. Down below the goal line. Sends it up to the hash marks. They fan on it, though, and that allows number 68, Chet Baker, to send that puck all the way down on goal, in fact. So that forces John Svensson to make a save. 56 seconds remaining on the power play for Denison. Here they come into the zone. Humphreys has got it on the far side. Walks Tyler Kramer a little bit. Humphreys still has it. Battles. Sends it up to the point. Up to Janou, who turns it over. He sent it back to Humphreys, and Humphreys turned it over to Tyler Kramer, and he sends it all the way down. 35 seconds remaining on the power play for the Denison Big Red. As Janou now skates with speed in the Flyers' end of the ice. He's still got it. Oliver Janou centering pass is saved by Mike Fisher, who kicks the net off in the process. But more importantly, he kept the puck out of the net to start with. Excellent save there from Mike Fisher to keep this game tied with 1:45 left to go in period number 3. 20 seconds remaining on the penalty to Brian Gutt. 2 minutes interference. And we shall see what happens as we prepare for puck drop. Morrow out there wins that face-off for the Flyers. He will backhand it all the way down the ice. 15 seconds left to go on the penalty kill for the Lewis Flyers. One last opportunity on the power play for Denison. Here comes Kresge on the far side. Skates with speed in the Flyers zone. Sends it into the corner. Kresge, power play has expired for Denison. 5-on-5 hockey. Minute 20 left to go in this third period. Here comes Gutt, fresh out of the penalty box. Forced the turnover, finds Pickens. Pickens, saucer pass up to Arkilla, who tries to find Matt Morrow. Is in his skates, though. And so that allows Denison to bring it back in the other way. Minute 5 left to go in the game. Here comes Tyler Kramer, who has an excellent reverse hit there. And Tyler Kramer, unfortunately for him, will be taking his team back to the penalty kill. That is very unfortunate for the Lewis Flyers. Tyler Kramer has seen the inside of the penalty box multiple times today. This is being the least ideal time with 54.2 seconds left to go in the third period. Tyler Kramer very upset right in front of us as the coaching staff for the Lewis Flyers would like an explanation. Looks like we have a roughing call that was made against Tyler Kramer. A 5-minute roughing call that was made against Tyler Kramer. This is not ideal for the Lewis Flyers. 5-minute major penalty being assessed to Tyler Kramer, and assumably more based on the fact that number 33, Aiden McGuire, has come back into the net as we are already playing again. Grade A scoring opportunity for Denison right there. 42 seconds remaining. They keep it in. As Denison still has it, tries a near side shot off the right pad of Mike Fisher, and that allows the Flyers to send it all the way down. 27 seconds remaining on the penalty kill. .11 seconds remaining. Denison tries one last opportunity into the zone. He was offsides on the play. Very close call being made by the Lewis Flyers. As now we have a gathering of players in the near side corner. Emotions running very high as the game is tied right now. And it looks like Tyler Kramer was tossed from this hockey game. He did make quite the commotion on the way from the penalty box to the locker room. So he is obviously very upset. We have a couple very upset players on both teams. Number 68, Chet Daker, has now entered the penalty box for the Lewis Flyers as we have just about 3.5 seconds left in regulation time. We're back to lots of people in the penalty box, a situation that we are very familiar with here at Lewis Flyers hockey. Like I said earlier, last year in a game against UWO, Lewis Flyers had a combined total of 16 players in the penalty box. So we will see how many will be combined here today with just about 3.5 seconds left. 4-on-4, it looks like, is the signal that was being made by the referee. And it appears that there is a little bit of confusion happening from every party, both teams, the referees, and the commentary team. So once we get this all sorted out, I'll be sure to do my best to let you know. But what I will let you know right now is we will be back tomorrow here at Callan Ice Sports for Game 2 of the series. That start time is at 1 o'clock Central Time right here on the Lewis University Television Network. I will be here as we prepare for a puck drop. So now it looks like we will be going 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes. And the majority of that time will be in overtime. And so we will see what happens as this faceoff is won by Denison and they get it out, and that will do it for regulation time. Now the question is, what will happen as we have attracted the attention of some people here at Callan Ice Sports, a very packed house now. And so as we prepare for overtime, we will try and sort those things out. We'll be back with overtime. In just a couple minutes, you're watching Flyers hockey right here on the Lewis University Television Network. And we are here for overtime as we have a save already being made here by John Svensson. 4 minutes and 51 seconds left to go in this overtime period. Very intense game as the crowd has subsided here. Flyers. We're playing 3-on-3 hockey in this overtime period because of the penalties that have been assessed. Matt Morrow almost was able to stick that one down. Wasn't quite able to do so. And that is turned over. Here comes Denison now. With speed is Seth Kaplan on the far side, but Wilninski turns it over and will continue it around. Here comes Wilninski into the zone. He stops. Waits for his teammates to catch up. Goes far side. Nobody home on that one, though. And he finds Ernstine down low. Here's Ernstine. Feeds Ligas out in front, and he has a touch on that, but that is just wide of the net. And a big battle there by a couple players. And here comes Denison back the other way. Here's Thomas Wraith. He's into the zone. Waits for his teammates to catch up. Wraith tries a centering pass. Excellent stick there from Josh McDonald. Here comes McDonald back the other way. Josh McDonald, he's in all by himself. Matt Morrow very tired. Brian Gutt hops over. He feeds Gutt on the point. Here's Gutt. Hesitates, walks down low. Brian Gutt waits with it. Tries to go upstairs on Svensson, but it goes off the side of the net. And the Flyers retain possession. Michael Ligas has it in the far side corner. He leaves it for McDonald, who turns it over. Here comes Denison. They send it high into the air. And Reedy's back to get it. Brian Gutt is with a hard forechecking Finn Lewis right on him. Here comes Brian Gutt with speed into the neutral zone. He will carry it into Denison's end of the ice. Gutt, excellent toe drag there. Tries to walk it and leave it in front, but couldn't find anyone. Denison will bring it back the other way. Here comes Lewis, feeds the middle. Here's Canellos, can't quite find it. And we're back to the Denison Big Red being on the power play. Here comes the Flyers in 2-on-1. Ernstine shot. Big save there from Svensson. Turns it aside. Denison will bring it back the other way. They're in 3-on-1. Here comes Yavari. He's got it on the near side. Tries to feed it in the middle, and they can't quite get a stick on it. They retain possession, though. Yavari can't drag it to the front of the net. Eventually, Morrow's able to force a turnover and send it out of the ice, out of the zone. And Yavari will bring it back in. Here's Denison. They try a shot well wide of the net. Minute and a half left on the power play for the Big Red as they keep it in the Lewis Flyers end of the ice. Here's Denison. They try a shot, and they deflect it out in front of Mike Fisher. And they have officially ended the game. I can't quite see who that is, who got the final touch on that, but it was deflected out right in front of Mike Fisher, who had no hope of making that final save. from an excellent stick from, looks like, I can't quite see who that is, who's receiving all the praise from his team. Let's take a look. It looks like that's number 14, Canelos. I believe so. I believe Canelos was the one who got the final touch on that one. And he has officially ended the game in overtime on the power play. Again, that goes back to something we talked about way back in the open, is that the Flyers needed to stay out of the penalty box. They can't give any team that they play, specifically Denison, any opportunity to go on the offensive. And that's what they did in that overtime period, which allowed Canelos to eventually get that game winner. But overall, I think the Flyers played very well. I think they opened well. They started off strong. They got that first goal, that all-important first goal that we talked about. And we'll see if they're able to carry some of that momentum, carry some of that great play that they had today into the game tomorrow. Again, that is going to be broadcast right here on the Lewis University Television Network. And that start time is at 1 o'clock Central Time. For everyone here at Callan who has joined me today, thank you so much for tuning in to LUTN. I'm Logan Cap. We'll catch you on the next one. Thank you.